Bold.
So Bruce, I never need to sync you because you're kind of the master track. But if Criken claps on his audio and the clap shows up on the recording, then it's fine. Actually, yeah, that works. So Criken, you and I would need to clap.
Now he's faking clapping. That's not helping you at all. It's actually he's pranking the editor.
It's not AV sync.
Good.
It's just audio sync. So Criken, your cunning ruse has been circumvented entirely.
Damn it!
Gotcha. Checkmate, my dude.
We're on the internet. Hello, chats.
Hey, internet.
Plurals.
We're just goofing. We're just having some editor fun time here.
We love
producer jokes.
Editor jokes. Yeah,
love them.
Where my editors at in chat? You guys know what it's like.
Are you doing an editor shout out right now?
Yeah, it's not working.
Where are my editors at? Welcome to Talk to the Internet number 35?
Yes,
35?
it is.
Every day, every week, I don't know what week it is. Because truthfully,
got this one.
Well, truthfully, where we live, it doesn't feel like time has passed. Time
does not pass.
Or it also feels like forever has passed. It feels like it's been 4 years where I am. It's a very weird, it's like I'm stoned all the time, but the bad way. Not the good way.
Bad stone.
Because I don't know if this happens to you guys, but whenever I am stoned or high or whatever, everything goes slower. Everything goes slower. Does that happen to everybody? Is that normal?
Yeah, it doesn't really feel like slower necessarily. It's kind of like I perceive more in every moment.
Yeah.
Like I feel denser, you know? Like my perception of time is denser rather than slower.
That's a good way to put it. What about you, Lawrence?
It feels slow in the moment, but since so little brain activity is happening, 2 hours go by and I have no idea what occurred in those 2 hours. It's kind of so it's like both. It's like the sensation is slow, but once it's all gone, it feels like it passed instantly. Almost like it's like approaching meditation where your mind is empty and you lose track of time.
Yeah.
That's sort of what it is, which I still agree entirely. That's what quarantine is like. Every second feels like an hour, but it's already July. I almost said June. It's already July. 2020 is halfway done. The year is half gone. I mean, usually around this time I have this sort of crisis of the linear and effervescent nature of time, but it seems especially strong this year.
Yeah, well, it is. That's because it is especially strong this year. We are like, it's one of those things where I was realizing what's happening to us over here at my house, where like Autumn and I have been like, hey, we should go somewhere. Like we went to Santa Barbara for a day and like stayed in a hotel for a day, and we were kind of like, oh, this is weird, but we did it, and it was nice. But we're moving. We are moving to a whole other house, and to me that's like the ultimate vacation, where we're like, we weren't able to take a vacation, we weren't able to go anywhere or do anything for the last 4 months, so we're moving. And there's a lot of other reasons too, obviously. Like the internet's trash here, and like we had already kind of planned on doing. We want a yard for a pet, stuff like that. But it will no longer feel like we're stuck somewhere old, because we're going to be in a different place, which I can't wait for. I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I can feel that. I also took a day-long vacation, and it felt incredibly weird just to be out of the house. And then, yeah, I don't know. This whole summer doesn't feel real.
No, it doesn't. It really doesn't.
So,
I don't know. Lawrence,
I just organized all the wires on my desk, so it feels like I'm on the beach right now.
I'm sure that's nice. I have my dark secret below my desk where it's just a nest of.
Oh, it's the same with me.
Basically, a rat king of wires down here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, I have RoboVax, and they will eat that stuff up. I have to like RoboVac proof my place of living now. It's weird, the ricochet effect. I bought this robot to save me work, and now I'm coddling it to make sure it can do its thing so I don't have to vacuum. But that requires lifting all cords off the floor.
That's actually why I got rid of RoboVac, because I had to clean RoboVac every time he vacuumed, and he was supposed to vacuum every other day. So then I had to empty his tank and make sure that he didn't run into things, and sometimes his battery would die. And I was like, this is ridiculous. I just vacuum once a week. Like, It's a 20-minute task versus this RoboVac who doesn't do anything and is constantly full of trash.
Man, I haven't vacuumed in forever, and you're right. It doesn't actually take that long.
No,
does
it's like 20 minutes, dude.
it feels like forever.
It does.
Maybe that's the other kind of time dilation. Oh man, my tub's getting weird too. I just need to hose the whole thing down with bleach. Like, it's not bad yet, but it's getting there, and I just don't do it. I don't know. That would take like 10 minutes. The problem is, like, I think what it is I don't feel civilized at all when I clean my bathtub, because since I use like a bleach cleaner, I don't want to ruin any of my clothes, so I take them all off.
Oh, absolutely. Of course, you got to clean the Lawrence. You clean the shower or bathtub naked. That's how you do it.
But that feel like
No.
Like it feels like I'm an android that just got birthed out of some sack of fluid when I'm doing that. I'm like naked and like covered in suds and scrubbing my own grime off the interior of a.
That is like one of the more cryptid things. Like if someone were like to walk into a room and they just see this naked form stretched over a porcelain tub and just
like all red and sweaty.
I mean,
Since you're scrubbing hard.
You look gross doing it, but that's the whole point. You're cleaning. And cleaning is itself a disgusting task. I also, whenever we were fostering dogs, I used to give dogs baths in our shower, and I would do it naked. I would clean the dog, and it felt like so carnal, because I had to control.
But if you're also taking are you also taking a shower, or are you?
I mean, like,
not.
It ends up being a shower, but it's like I'm not like specifically taking a shower with the dog. Like I'm like. Basically, I am in the shower to make sure that I can clean the dog, but I'm naked, and I'm doing it all. Like I said, I got soap everywhere, and I got a scrub brush, and I'm having to hold down this beast as I'm cleaning it, and I feel like I'm going back to my roots. That's how it feels.
Did you feel like an ancient Greek wrestler?
Yeah.
Maybe wrestling a very hairy man.
Yeah. That's exactly how it feels. Yeah, and like it's me versus this beast, even though it's not really a beast. It's probably like a 10-pound dog. But I don't know. There was something I liked about it. And yes, Lawrence, you're right. If anybody walked in and saw me doing it, they'd be like, "What the fuck? What are you doing? Like, what are you like?" I'm like all bent over and look disgusting, hair everywhere. It's really
covered in hair.
Yeah, it's really gross. I'd look like a caveman. But I took pleasure in it because nobody could see me do it.
That's a really good way of putting it. You take pleasure in things that you know no one can see you doing. Except for the little FBI man in my camera. Hey.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I know that the FBI man has seen me masturbate many times. And that's just part of it. I feel like he understands that at this point. So if FBI man or woman, they could be there watching, and I go, "Hey, how's it going?" And that's it. And we just move on.
You know, I think they appreciate that.
You're good.
You're real good. I've watched millions of people masturbate.
You got the moves, kid. You got the juice, I can tell.
Yeah, just that message pops up on your computer. You got the best form out of all of them.
Oh, man. Why can't I be in the FBI and watch people jerk off?
I mean, you can. You probably apply.
Would you instantly take pride in that? Or, like, it's an
No.
obvious violation of your privacy, but wouldn't it cut the hurt a little bit to be complimented in that way?
Oh, you mean complimented?
Yeah. If like out of 20,000 people that this guy watches or girl watches masturbate, I mean, first of all, there's the realization that somebody's been watching your form, but then you realize, wait a minute, they're obviously just appraising the technique, and actually, turns out I'm a master. I guess then you would feel like there are no mountains left to conquer. Wait, I mixed that up. There are no worlds left to conquer, I'm sure. Oh, yeah, boy, that's a flurry of emotions. Huh.
There is. That is one thing I guess you could never realize if you're good or bad at. Is masturbation.
I guess
You don't compare notes really. It's also.
Oh, my coffee's here. I'll be right back.
Can you really be bad at masturbation? I feel like that's such a. It's like eating.
No,
like
Criken, you're right. You're right. I don't think you can. I don't think you can be bad because I mean,
like if it does it for you, like you're the only one
Right.
that it has to impress.
Yeah,
you're not. There's no one else you're trying to. Unless actually. Now here's a question.
yeah.
Is there a way? Is there an untapped market in which we can have some sort of Olympics or tournament for masturbation?
Masturbation tournament. So, yes, the answer is always yes. So, but we have to figure out how you can be good. So, I guess there could be a judged event where, like, how sexy you look while masturbating, and there could also be a timed event to see how fast, but also how slow. So, for example, there's the how fast can you do it, and then there's also the how slow can you do it.
Well, what is slow? Is this like
Slow is like edging. So, like, slow.
Okay.
Slow could go
Just
for
like days?
For days, yes. Slow could go for days.
that sounds like an awful event.
What?
That sounds like it's just painful
I mean, for some people, it's great. Some people love edging.
for days.
I don't know. I don't edge.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, we could do the. What else? I mean, like, what else could you compete? Oh, well, yeah. I don't know what else. Like, could you compete on like size of load?
Yeah.
I feel like that. In my opinion, I have heard that is only that's unique to everybody. So
Yeah.
So it doesn't like there's not anything you can do to increase the size.
You
of,
can't train for that.
Oh, yeah. You can't train for that exactly. Like you can't.
How about? Okay, we maybe we're getting a little too literal here. Let's borrow from the success of other sports, right?
Yeah.
Like we got track and field.
Right.
What about track and field while masturbating? You've got to beat the race and have climax during the race
and finish.
It's like Beerio Kart, where you have to like
Oh yeah.
finish the beer and also finish the race.
I mean, why not? So that
Some people are just gonna like pop a squat and finish it, while others will just like grab it and go, and and just
grab
kind
it
of.
and go.
Yeah, Criken, I think I agree this is an excellent idea because I have long thought that the absolute funniest thing a human can do is masturbate at a full sprint. I've never tried, but I kind of want to now.
I mean, if you're trying to imagine this like the most cursed forms you can find a human in, I think jerking off while sprinting is probably up there on my list. There's just so much happening visually to that form as it's like speeding towards you.
I don't know that. Could you do that even? I'm really trying to
Do
figure.
you think you would faceplant? Like, would you be able
I think
to
momentum-
put one foot in front of the other?
Yeah,
If
the
you,
momentum
like,
might make you fall forward.
once you hit climax, I feel like it would be very difficult to maintain composure. I guess that's part of the sport, though. You got to be able to just like dead-eye it straight forward.
So
This is fascinating.
You're talking about not only just events in the Olympics. You're talking about an entire masturbation Olympics event. So you know how like the Winter Olympics are every 4 years and the Summer Olympics are every 4 years? So we'd have to make
Yeah.
masturbation Olympics would have
Every 10 years.
every 10 years. That's
once
right,
every
yeah.
decade.
Yeah. So they'd be
It
special.
reemerges from the muck.
So
a
they'd
different one.
So they'd be really special. This sounds like also
Yeah.
something that the porn industry has already done.
Probably. They get to things before us a lot. And rightly so, this is porn.
That's true.
Is it though? I don't know. I feel like there wouldn't be that much sensual about.
Yeah, I guess it isn't for the purpose of getting someone else off necessarily.
Well,
It's more about-
it's the clinical examination of the wide world of ejaculation
It's a really
or of
wide
ejaculatory
world.
prowess, I guess. Yeah, because like I don't know. I could see it like shot put. Let's say you just gotta twirl like hey
Twirl.
Okay, so you know how in Wanted they can curve bullets by like slinging the guns, right?
Absolutely.
If you were to spin in place, centripetal, I think it's centripetal, one, whatever. If you were to spin in place and squirt while you're twirling tornado style, wouldn't it sling out faster?
Yes, it would.
So that's how you could get more distance. It's like the same form in shot put. You're doing your twirls, boom. And that means you gotta like
But you gotta
be
time it.
right on your
You gotta
time.
time it. You gotta time it.
Yeah.
That's the hardest part.
Oh, you gotta like just, and if you're off, you have to wait 15
If you're off,
minutes?
it's like a sprinkler.
There's a lot of things to think about here because these are things that nobody's good at. No one's ever trained or tried. It's like
We don't know that.
It's That's,
don't know that to
that's
be
true.
fair.
That's true. That's a good point.
There might be a lot of sleeper, cell success stories out there of people that have really taken pleasure out of training in this incredibly specific art that is their secret, you know.
Have you guys ever watched like a sport that no one's ever played, like basically a sport that they have just designed, and then people think that they're good at it, right? And there's only 10 people that have played the sport. That's what this is like.
Totally.
But it's something that everybody does.
Yeah, which means
You
it's
don't
probably
need any equipment either. It's
No, you
it's the
don't.
world's most approachable sport.
There's also like so many anomalies out there. Like there's that whole article or video, I don't remember, I saw it, about like a couple that can like get themselves the climax from hugging. Like they don't ever have to touch anything, and like
Well, that's efficient.
yeah.
Do you think that would be a hamper on your romance? Like,
Yes.
if you come home from work and it's just like have a nice little grindy hug for 5 seconds, you're like, all right, well, let's eat dinner, and that's just where it goes. I don't know.
I actually
The
heard
courtship process, I feel like, would get too shortcutted. Although I guess that happens to most couples eventually, anyway.
I heard that a lot in on Loveline, where people would say I finished too fast, and actually I always felt really bad for those guys, because like they would say, oh yeah, like we kiss and then I'm done, and
Really?
their significant other was bummed, right? Like they accepted them, but they
Yeah.
were bummed, and I don't know what other. I'm like, there are things you can take, I think, that will make it numb or whatever, so that you don't have to worry about it as much. Also, alcohol does that as well.
Yeah.
Deaden things
Just
up.
gotta get drunk before kissing. All right, I'm ready.
I mean, that can happen. Sometimes you're in the zone. You're like, can't feel anything, still boned out.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Yeah. That's like going back to the masturbation Olympics. So then, for the people that have to do it the slowest, then it would just be a bunch of binge drinking. It'd be like 48
That's
hours.
a performance-enhancing drug, Bruce.
Well,
Oh, is it?
okay.
Get that shit in your bloodstream. They're going to pop you for that.
The slowest one is so weird because it's just like you have to eventually finish,
Right.
But there's no like timer on what, like, just don't do it then, right? Or just do a thing you don't enjoy.
Yeah, but
and then you won't finish.
There has to be rules, though. You have to be like touching it or something.
Yeah, I can touch my dingle dong for a long time without like being aroused. Okay.
Sure, but imagine having to do it for 24 hours.
I just get bored.
Well, then you
I
give
got
up.
better things to do.
You lose.
I'm not saying I'm submitting to this Olympics.
Oh, okay, all right. Well,
So I'm not even a contestant, but I don't think many people. This is a weird conversation. I was with it for the sprinting and jerking thing.
yeah, but you don't want to talk about the edging.
I can't imagine, because it's not edging if like you're just trying to not like end. Like if there was an end you had to make, and it was like that. Okay, that would be, because I'm trying to imagine this as an event people watch. Okay. How do I tune in to the 3-day long event of someone just flicking it?
They keep checking in. So they check in, and like every 8 hours or so.
They're
Picture.
still going.
Well, hold on. Every 8 hours or so, somebody gets knocked out because they go, "Ugh," and then they lose, right?
That's not gonna happen though.
and then they lose.
Any random chuckle fuck, all right, can just not finish.
No, that's not
Okay.
But also continuing to jerk.
Yes.
Sounds like Criken thinks he's good at this. That's what it sounds like to me.
Apparently, I just think I'm not. I don't know. This doesn't seem like a challenge.
Well, I think we've accidentally wrapped around to our initial idea, which is that to make this an official sport, edging that is, you would need a judge constantly looking to make sure that all the rules are abided by. And you can't really trust that one judge is going to keep their eye on 20 Olympiads in there, slow cranking it. So you'd have to have one judge staring directly at someone's dick for like 36 hours straight.
That's right, yeah.
Are they allowed to sleep?
Well, okay. I don't think it basically, yeah, it would just come down to being a sleep deprivation challenge.
Oh, come
which
on now. You
doesn't sound
you
fun.
just train judges, guys. You just take shifts.
Well, yeah,
Okay, nice.
obviously.
You can
I'm not
high
talking
five
about the
out.
judge. I'm talking about the contestants. They can't stop.
Well,
They have to keep going.
That's part of the fucking endurance challenge. This is an endurance challenge we're talking
It's about sleep deprivation then. That's the more important issue here.
Criken, haven't you ever seen like biking or like cross country skiing? Those events last
Yes.
for hours and hours. And then
Okay.
by the end
This is days, though.
and like people are like running the marathon, their legs are giving out and they're pissing themselves and stuff. That's what this
Yeah,
is.
there's enduro races.
Yeah.
Those last like 24 hours.
That's what this is. This
Yeah,
is
it's like that.
except that
Also-
you try not to come.
The way to officially judge this, 100%, is you line them all up in a row, and you have a judge at the end of the row, and they're just like, they just sit here and stare down the row, and that way they can see them all at once, and they can also see anything that exits the apparatus,
The exits the apparatus.
I think the forced perspective might make that a little difficult, especially if a gentleman is more well endowed up front.
Sure, but also height's going to be different anyway. So.
That's right, yeah.
And I think they should be on a ladder so they can go up and down.
I see.
Also,
occasionally.
you guys are being incredibly sexist. This is a man and woman
Yeah,
sport.
of course. I just don't have much experience in the ladder, so
Oh,
I don't know what I can set as the different goal points.
Criken, I just figured out how to make the endurance challenge harder. No pun intended.
Okay.
It has to be, the endurance challenge has to be heterosexual men and women together masturbating.
Oh.
So then they basically, what happens is they have to tunnel vision themselves and not think about who's next to them, because that's go man woman man woman man woman, right? And then at that point, whoever goes first loses. So as time goes on, then
So it's like a last person to take their hand off this car gets it sort of thing, but it's
right, exactly. And the guy, people in chat are saying the guys always lose. I thought about that too. That said, that's not always the case, guys. That's not always the case. There are some women who have a very, very high libido, and that's okay. That's all right. So they may have to really, really try and not go either.
I do feel like women have more control over that than men
I actually don't know that for sure. I don't know
in general.
I don't know if
but
that's-
yeah, it's hard for us to say because we only have one perspective from it in a personal sense.
That's right.
I think that still entitles us to comment about it fully.
Oh yeah, and make decisions about their about all sorts of healthcare decisions.
I went to college, all right?
You did.
And I didn't do that so I would be able to not talk about things. All things equally with equal professionalism. So I submit. Allow me to do this, if I may.
Please.
This may take the humanity out of it. It may take the purity out of it. But it is possible to have automated masturbatory devices, all of which operate at exactly the same specification.
Oh, you mean like
That's true.
so virtual reality, the things that fuck you?
I mean,
Yeah.
not virtual reality. I feel like that's a little too far. But yeah, something of a let's say a diesel-powered motorized sleeve that you.
I like you've already thought of the energy source and
Yes, it's absolutely going to be fossil fuel because
the smoke billowing out.
the fumes are part of the
Christ.
challenge. You see, to maintain
Those erotic fumes.
Yeah, yeah. So the idea is that maybe we make a bell curve. We plot like stimulation versus, intercourse time. We find out like 90th percentile. Then we program this masturbatory device with those moves and that level of stimulation, that frequency and that intensity. So every gentleman and every lady has a calibrated device that's already tuned to operate up here.
Okay.
We insert them, whatever. And then we start the timer. Just kick it all on. Throw that switch. Fire up the engine.
And then the fossil fuels billow out.
Yes. Some people may lose consciousness due to the thinning oxygen. Again, this is all part of the event.
Yeah, actually, because the whole asphyxiation thing is, that's a whole, thing for some people too, right? So if you get them on all of the kinks at once, then you're bound to, have something for everyone. I see where you're going with this.
I think it makes it a little more consistent. However, we will have to worry about various nations trying to get in there and monkey with the machinery a little bit.
Russia,
we're gonna have to
Russia.
definitely.
We got to keep an eye on Russia.
Russia. Looking at you, Russia.
Keep an eye on Russia.
Or people injecting things into their dick or their vaginas to make them numb. Russia. Looking at you again.
Nope.
None of that. Nope. All natural here. Thank
So
you.
yeah, it sounds like you're removing one of the key factors of this sport, in that you're removing the person's own, limbs being used to
Right.
derive this pleasure. But as a side effect, we are getting a lot more control over the system itself, a lot more equality over, the speed and the frequency, and now it's purely coming down to a mental and a member related endurance.
Well, these are all events that we can do separately at the Masturbation Olympics.
There's the on hand and there's the off hand.
Exactly. There's the on hand, off hand. It's just all. I mean, like they have those at the Olympics where they'll have different, like the relay races, and then they have the 100-meter dash, and then they have the 400-meter dash, and the 800-meter, that kind of thing. Also, Scott Joseph said in our chat that then people can donate the sperm that comes from them, which is a great idea.
Because that's top tier sperm. That's athlete sperm.
Athlete sperm, which is hard to find nowadays.
We don't have enough of that, really. Every sport will take place over a sluice through which all organic material will fall down into a refrigerated area, which then it will be squeegeed into large containers that will be shipped off.
We're not separating them; they're just all being mixed together into a cocktail and just. Okay.
You don't know who's going to squirt and when. All right,
It's
impossible.
That's actually fantastic. I can totally imagine. Okay. Sidebar. This is not us talking live. This is just us three as businessmen after the success of Goyle.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's already been hugely successful. People
right. So
people
we're
love
funding this Olympics with the success of Goyle.
That's right.
We now sell
absolutely
this cocktail
yes.
as a loot box. It's a loot box of sperm to a mother that wants to give birth, and is looking for fertilization. So they have no idea what they're getting. It could be someone from Russia, from China, from the US, from Mexico. It does not matter. It is all we know is that they've got really good sexual endurance.
Okay,
and
I just came up with the greatest product in the world, apart from Goyle and the Masturbation Olympics. Has anyone ever done this? This has probably been done in humanity's time. But has anyone ever, let's say that a woman wanted to be a surrogate, but she wants to have a baby. She wants to have a baby with 3 men. Has she ever combined all of their sperm together, inseminated herself, and then we get to find out whose sperm wins?
Made a fight?
Yeah, that's already happened multiple times.
It has?
I've seen that on TV or movie or something.
Wait, really? Have you?
So it has. Yes, that's Mamma Mia. It's the same concept from Mamma Mia.
That's what happens in Mamma Mia? I've never seen it.
I mean, it wasn't artificial inception. She just fucked 3 guys in a relatively short time, but that's basically the same idea, right?
Well, that's different.
It's a baby
though.
lottery.
The same.
That's different though, because that doesn't. I feel like that doesn't.
It has to be simultaneous.
It has to be simultaneous because that would be the most scientific way to do it, right? Because there are different positions.
I guess so.
There are different positions. There are different, time frames, that kind of thing. It would have to be the same amount of load from all men in a cup, and then
swirled around a little bit.
Swirled around, mixed up.
Dip your pinky in, just mix it up.
And then once you've inseminated, and then basically the baby is born, and then you do a paternity test to see who it is, and then that's and then whoever wins is, I don't know, declared the winner. I'm not sure what they win. I don't know.
I am watching a reality show right now where it's like a lady in her mid to late 40s who just really wants a kid. So it's a bunch of dudes competing to be a dad to knock this lady up. Which is similar to what you're describing, Bruce, except I feel like the combat's happening before insemination instead of during.
Well, that's normal. That's a normal courtship thing.
Yeah. Yes, you're right. But in the first episode, this is just a brief aside. In the first episode, they did like a sperm count on all these old dudes, just to kind of mix it up, see who's gonna make them babies.
Yeah.
And like they announced who the big guy was, right? And he was just like, he was just kind of feeling himself. And then they did a testimonial interview where one of the other older dudes was like, "Yeah, I'm kind of jealous of that dude, numbers." I was like, "Holy crap!" Oh, that dude rules. He's just like, "Yeah, that guy comes real good." Wish I could get those big comes. Anyway, that show rules. I can't. It's called Labor of Love, I think.
I've never heard of it, and I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah, there's like one of the actresses who was in Sex and the City, I guess. They're trying to get her knocked up, so that's very exciting.
Lawrence, your little camera's frozen.
It sure is, isn't it?
I don't know.
I didn't know if that was just me.
I don't know what happened.
Okay, well, no worries. You guys get to see my my OBS magic here a little bit.
I really liked that whole thing was coming from a frozen face, though. That made me laugh. But regardless, I feel like that sperm contest can be a part of the masturbation Olympics. But that, unfortunately, Criken, that's an even longer event. That's like a 9 months to a year event. I know you're not crazy about the long events.
Yeah, I just think, a lot of these, this is not good television. Like, what are we looking at for 9 months? Just a pregnant woman's life?
No, dude, you're forgetting about the human interest stories. Remember? NBC always does this. You have to
Uh-huh.
watch like an hour of somebody like running around their house in the Midwest before you get to see skiing for 2 minutes.
That's fair.
Yeah, we just roll up all that side production, man. We spin those tails, we sell those T-shirts. It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be great.
And now we get to throw side production jobs to all of our bros.
That's a lot of money for our bros.
I mean, we just keep that money cycling around because since they're our bros, they got to give us kickbacks too. So it's great.
And I can be the one to call all of our bros and say, "Bros, do you want to stare at somebody's dick for 36 hours and be a judge? You do. I knew it."
Bros go,
Of
hell
course.
yeah.
All right. Well,
The bros would never say no.
meet me in St. Louis, Missouri in 2023, or when the Masturbation Olympics debut, or whatever. What's
Hey, bro, I need you to stare at this dick, bro.
what city?
Okay, bro, I will.
What city is the best city to Amsterdam? Never mind. I got
St.
it.
Louis. Oh, never mind.
What's the best city to host the Masturbation Olympics?
Ooh.
Because we got
It's got to be temperate. It's got to be temperate.
Gotta
You
be
don't
temperate.
want
Oh.
atmosphere getting in,
like
messing with
rain or
the-
snow, weather, right?
Yeah.
None of them.
Weather could be the wild card.
And what city is
I feel like
sexually
there's-
free enough?
There's got to be a place in England called like Coxborough or something like that.
We just go for pun names.
Yeah.
I mean,
We
the
only
marketability.
hosted in places that
Again,
that's
you
not a bad
got to
idea.
imagine these T-shirts. Most of the revenue is going to come from the shirts. Let's be honest. And what do you want the Mastablipics or whatever we're calling it, 2023, Coxborough, UK.
Yeah.
You're going to buy that shirt over. I mean, St. Louis, I still feel like is a good pick. But Vegas, actually, yeah,
Oh yeah, Vegas.
Vegas wouldn't be bad.
Rick says Intercourse, Pennsylvania, and I believe that does that place exist?
No one's actually having intercourse though. Hey, this is not pornography, all right?
No,
This is not.
This is a competition.
Yeah.
Judging all of that.
And
Also, I forgot.
unlike the actual Olympics, we keep
I broke-
our Olympic Village very far separated from each other.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
absolutely no
There's no sex.
visiting.
That's right.
After hours, the dorms are all separated, and
They have to be.
you have to. Yeah, this is serious stuff. Imagine the scandal of sabotaging someone right before their big debut because you slept with them the night before. That would get all over the papers.
Wow.
Actually, that would only be good marketing for us. All right, as Goyle Corp behind this.
Oh, Goyle Corp. We have a corporation.
Maybe we should. Yeah.
Oh,
we
okay.
incorporated since the last
We
podcast.
did. Yeah. Criken, it'd get all over the papers and it'd get all over the sheets.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, I forgot. I broke my speaker before we started the podcast, so I'm going to take it apart.
Please
see if I
do.
can fix it
Yeah, please do.
right now.
Coxborough, UK.
I don't know if that exists. It just feels like it would.
does. It sounds
oh,
like it.
here. We could just buy and rename a city.
Oh,
Yeah.
Think about that?
That's a great idea. You guys ever heard of the city Zizix?
No.
Yeah. That's in Texas, right? I used to drive past that place.
No, Zizix is on the way to Vegas.
never mind.
It's on the way to Vegas.
Oh, I do know. Yeah, I've seen that sign.
There might be a Zizix in Texas too. Who knows?
I think there's a Zizix Road. 'Cause I
Oh,
remember
there
seeing
you go.
that,
Yeah.
that exit sign.
There's a Zizix. I feel like we could buy Zizix, and
Yeah.
call it something sexier.
Six.
Nice, Sexix, exactly.
That sounds like sexist. That probably wouldn't fly.
Yes. We could buy that.
Dixit. Dixit is a board game, but also could be repurposed as a sex thing.
I find that most things can be repurposed as sex things.
That's
It's
right.
pretty great.
That's true.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. That's the way it works.
It's pretty. Oh no, there we go. Pro Symington got it. Jizzix. It's Jizzix. It's
perfect.
We rename. Yeah, I know. Sarah, you're right. Jizzix is right there. We should have done Jizzix. Okay, so instead of Zizzix, we'll call it Jizzix, and it'll be. By the way, Jizzix is generally pretty hot. So if you do it in the summer.
And dry.
Hot and dry. Ooh, not good. Not good times for masturbation.
Yeah.
It's part of the sport, man. You gotta train.
That's right.
You think that
You're right.
you're just gonna succeed for free?
Well,
Get out of here.
Oh man, does that mean like leading up to this, our top athletes, like their training is just going into like a hot,
A sauna. Oh,
like
not
oven,
sauna. No, not
like,
a sauna.
Or no, yeah,
a
an oven,
sauna,
right.
the opposite of a sauna. It's like
Yeah.
like
It's
an
gotta
oven.
be dry heat.
And you're just like,
Well, they're all
All right.
They're all masturbating in the middle of the Phoenix Desert because that's what it is.
oh,
It's all hot and dry. It's just nothing but cacti and bugs everywhere.
yeah, dry saunas are a thing. I guess that's true.
Also, the number
Death
one.
Valley becomes the
Oh, yeah.
the lead training facility.
We all. The number one sponsor is, of course, Goyle, but we call
Yes.
it Goyle jelly because they got the. I would imagine people are going to have to use a certain amount of jelly on themselves.
Yeah.
Wait, we're allowing AIDS?
Well, should we or not? Well, actually, wait, hold on. We can have events that have
No.
Goyle jelly and
Yeah.
not.
No, ooh. I'd always assumed that there is some sort of lubricant involved. Otherwise, this is just going to be a very unappealing show.
It's going to be,
I
a
assumed-
chafe fest.
I assume no lubricant. That's part of being a champion.
Well,
Okay.
So you can
Do sprinters get scooters? No, they gotta run with their stupid feet.
Yeah, but they have nice shoes.
Dry and wet events. Yeah, like the
Yeah,
summer
yeah.
and winter Olympics.
No, you-
Every 4 years.
Oh,
Every.
somebody in chat said only spit.
Well, that opens up a whole new dimension. Because then you got to train your spit. You got to come in with like really like slippery loogies.
I think these are all separate events. I think there's a dry, there's a Goyle.
Look,
the
all
Goyle-
I'm saying
Goyle
is
jelly event.
we're missing a massive marketing opportunity if we don't make Goyle the necessary lubricant for every single,
That's
sport.
for every single event. You're right. No, you're right.
Every single event.
So every
Yeah.
event is allowed a certain amount of Goyle jelly.
So, okay, but let's workshop Goyle jelly because I feel like that.
All right.
Every event is required a certain amount of Goyle jelly.
Yeah, you're right.
No. Yes. But the jelly. Can we just work on the name?
Yeah.
I think Goyle. Goyle oil is right there. Goyle oil.
Goyle
you know?
oil. It's hard to say, but Goyle oil is right. But also, how about this? Instead of Goyle jelly, we call it jelly with a G, so it looks like Gelly.
Gelly. A new product by Goyle. Gelly. Okay, I'm with Gelly. I like Gelly.
I love it.
But you guys are saying it wrong. It's called jelly. So
Sorry, jelly.
jelly.
It's like GIF. Wait, no, it's not.
No, it's
It's
not.
the opposite of
It's
GIF.
the
That's how you remember it.
Yeah, it's easy. It's the opposite of GIF. That can be the
Gelly.
tagline.
It's the opposite of GIF.
You called it.
I mean, jelly. It's
Jelly. It's the opposite of
you
GIF.
called it Gelly. I love it. Oh my gosh. Disco Joe said Goyle oil keeps her loyal. Wow. Nice job. Nice job. People are coming up with slogans for Goyle oil. It's really hard to say.
Goyle oil.
Goyle oil.
Goyle oil.
Try to say that
It markets itself.
3 times
It's the
fast.
sound you're gonna be making when using it. Goyle.
Oh. Okay, guys, speaker update. I don't know what's going on here because
Is it working?
the speaker was like cutting out unless I pulled the cord in a certain way.
Yeah.
And I expected there to be a short or something, but it's actually just there's nothing. Like the cord tied in a knot, and that's where the like
Have you
pain point
Have you
was,
plugged it in
so-
to see if it works?
No, maybe I should do that. Yeah, I expected the insulation to be snapped or something, but it looks fine. I don't know what's going on here. Maybe it's all good. Who knows?
Well, you know what?
Yeah,
Here's what I say: you plug it in and you touch a live wire with your bare hands. That's what I think you should do.
This is like, I don't know that there's enough voltage going through this to be fun.
I hope not.
Maybe that is where it's shorting out.
Oh yeah,
maybe.
Criken should be sponsored by Goyle. Yeah, I agree.
Criken is going to be moving its first.
Has to be sponsored by Goyle.
Its first location to Death Valley.
To Jizzix.
Yeah.
Yeah, to Jizzix next to Death Valley.
You could would we get a cumulative benefit about hosting these events at the same time?
Yeah, that's what I think we
yes.
should make it. We should house them.
Oh, and we can charge independent tickets to both, even though they're in the same Hollywood Inn. You know, that's great.
And-
Hollywood.
Ooh. They're in the same. That's the look. That is our venue. We're getting.
We get Ballroom A and Ballroom B.
Yeah.
All of these masturbation events in Ballroom A, and like you see like someone with their bags come up, and there's like two signs. Criken, Ballroom B, Jerk Off Olympics, Ballroom A.
Jerk off Olympics.
But I want to go to both.
I know.
There's so many interesting panels at Criken I'll have to miss out on because of the 100-meter dash.
And I was like, you've got a red ticket that only allows you into Criken. You need the platinum VIP access for both. $1,500.
100-meter dash is
you
just
get to
like on
meet all
this
the people.
really shittily carpeted Ballroom A, like just like suicides. You just sprint back and forth
Well-
over like this tiny duct tape on the carpet lined. Start here, end here. The audience stands are all like those really cheap plastic white chairs that have like always break when you sit in them, and there's no elevation. They're just kind of in a row.
We basically we hired a bunch.
Maximum 20 people seating.
We hired we hired a bunch of.
But we sell like 3,500 tickets or
Yeah.
something. We didn't know everyone was going to show up on the same day. God.
We hired a bunch of homeless
Stand
people.
over there.
But we put them in like Goodwill suits, like fake suit jackets to make them look like judges. But in
Yeah.
reality, but we all know where they actually came from, which is the streets.
Homeless shelter, yeah.
Yeah, the homeless shelter.
They'll do anything, man.
We got
Great.
we also have to come up with clever names for the events, because the 100-meter dash. Look, the first thing I thought of was a 100-meter gash, but that's not going to work. So
100-meter smash.
100-meter smash is not bad.
100.
100-meter.
The strokes.
100-meter splash.
Oh, well, yeah, obviously we get the strokes to play. All of our budget goes into paying the strokes to come play. It's just a strokes concert, but there's also masturbating
But a lot of masturbation. Like too much.
on the phone. We're like, look, we'll pay you your normal rate, just so you know, there's going to be a fair amount of masturbation happening in and around the concert time.
I don't think the Strokes are going to show up. We have to tell them that it's the Olympics. We just got to tell them it's the summer Olympics.
It is an Olympics.
It's an Olympics, right? On the
Yes.
on the contract it says the Strokes are playing in Olympics.
Yeah.
And
Oh, but we spell Olympics with like a 0, and then later on in the contract we bury it and hide that our definition for Olympics is actually
that's right.
a bunch of people masturbating in a hotel room, and then
Julian Casablanca will be
we got him.
none the wiser.
yeah.
He'll show up and sing all the famous Strokes songs.
I can't think of a single Stroke song right now. But
Reptilia. I got one. Reptilia. There you go. From Rock Band.
is Steady As She Goes the Strokes?
No, it's not.
That's the Rocketeers. All right, you know what? They're. I feel like they're around the same, right?
I mean, look,
That's fair.
the Strokes aren't going to show up. Well, actually, we only get one chance with the Strokes. So they're going to show up, they're going to play, and we have to have them start playing before we start the events, because otherwise they won't continue to play.
Oh, so they start playing.
Right.
We run the events simultaneously, or do we do them after the concert?
No, like basically they play their first song, and then we bring out all the masturbators. And
Okay. I have a new mental image to paint.
and-
We're in like a fluorescently lit ballroom A
Right.
of this hotel, The Strokes are on a very slightly raised stage and begin performing for about 12 people in the crowd that
Yeah,
are like
that's right.
relatively excited. And then once we can tell they're already in their set and it would be awkward for them to stop. We give the go. Bruce unhinges the locked door at the back of the room and a bunch of naked people run out.
It's like a rodeo. It's like a rodeo.
It's like a rodeo. They just propagate over the entire room.
You know when you let out that like really mad bull that comes out and charges into that's what it is. That's what. Wow, we got ourselves a pretty great event. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah,
and with $1,500
I feel like
per VIP.
I'll be honest. I feel like I'm actively sabotaging Criken at this point because I'm helping organize this event that's directly competing, sharing the same venue with my event.
Well,
so
what do we do?
What
do we do at Criken to make people come over?
I don't know. We have to incentivize cross pollination. No pun intended between the two events.
Well, then how about this?
I'll be right back. Sorry.
Oh, no worries.
I gotta use the restroom.
How about this for Criken? When people win an event at the Masturbation Olympics, they then go over to Criken to do an interview.
That's so boring.
I know. Well, come on, they're naked, and they've just finished. So people want to see. People want to see the. All right. I don't know. No, hold on. How about the results? The results are revealed at Criken. The events,
but not at the actual Olympics. You have to buy a ticket to see who won.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, now we're talking.
Exactly.
That's good. That's good business.
That's good business, right? I mean, like that's what I feel like. Then, at that point, somebody buys only a ticket to the Jizz Olympics or whatever we call them. Then they have to buy a ticket to Criken to see who won. No one's going to go to the Jizz Olympics and not see who won, right?
Or Criken could be like the green room of people preparing to go to the Jizz Olympics, and we're just selling tickets to gawk at the people in the green room, which I know is against every point of what the green room is supposed to be.
It really is. It really is.
It really does fly in the face of every moral possible quandary. But
let's be fair here, though. The people that compete in the Jizz Olympics, they don't care. They clearly have they have no standards. But about 10 years in, it's like UFC. When people first started in the UFC, everyone thought the UFC was a joke. Anybody could fight. It was a circus. But then 15 years in, the UFC is a legitimate business. So we can start the Jizz Olympics and Criken as like a circus, as like a ridiculous professional wrestling style, tandem events.
Interesting.
And then
so you're saying we're starting with the grand idea of eventually this will be its own Olympics.
Right.
But to get there, we need to start 10 years before.
Correct.
Where it's, a simple, well, brand new. I'm actually going to say, let's start 20 years before.
Okay. All right.
Which is today, where we plant this seed, no pun intended, in everyone's heads as a joke on this podcast. We all laugh at it. We all chuckle.
Right.
We all go about our week. But in the back of our heads, we're thinking, I'd watch that. 10 years later, we have it appearing as an aside in the first official Criken.
I love it.
10 years after that, it's an Olympics.
I love it. This is what I'm saying is like UFC started this way, and I think they probably had that in the vision for UFC. But at the beginning, there were no fighters unions. People would they would die and shit when they were fighting. And actually, I don't know if anybody actually died. Somebody may have died.
We should try to avoid deaths with this one.
Well,
if we can help
it'll be pretty hard to die masturbating. And to be honest with you, they've signed a release form.
Oh yeah, a heinous release form.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I did see.
It's got everything.
Night Sentinel in Lawrence's chat says, "How does one sign up as a competitor?"
Send us.
No. I know. Criken, no. I say that basically, if for the first year it doesn't matter, all bets are off. If you think you're good at this, you just show up, and you're included. We'll get you.
Just show up.
Yeah, it's first come. No pun intended. First come, first serve.
No, it's actually the opposite. Bruce, last come, first serve. That's the tagline.
Oh, that is the tagline.
Although confusing for anyone that shows up because they're like, I guess I'll show up late. and then they don't get in. So we gotta workshop it.
But again, if you show up, the odds are pretty good you're going to get to compete in one of the events at the Jizz Olympics.
Yeah, we don't expect many people to show up. So if you do show up, you probably will be a competitor.
And people are they're going to say, you can't do this in a hotel ballroom. And to that I say, have you ever been to a furry convention? Because they do that. Those are in hotel ballrooms all over the country. And they do crazy
So
shit.
that we say, try to catch us, and then we send the 100-meter jerk,
Smash.
out.
100-meter smash.
100-meter smash. We unleash them, and they just start sprinting around. They're like, oh, I can't catch them. They're all oiled up for some reason. They're all goiled up for some reason.
Oh,
Why? Because we predicted this. We
Man,
predicted they try to stop us.
we just came up with another $100 million idea. Criken, I've noticed you haven't sent this one to our emails though.
I don't want a paper trail coming back to me in case this goes wrong this time.
All right.
This one has more
Good.
potential to go wrong than Goyle.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, like again, we have everybody sign a release when they come in saying, "Hey, that's it. Like you've signed away your life. Whatever happens, it's like Vegas. Whatever happens in ballroom A stays in ballroom A."
Even if we can't make that promise, and there's definitely legal repercussions if someone chooses to pursue it, we'll just make a claim that they can't, and they're like, "Well, I did sign that thing."
I did sign that thing. That's all. That's it. You can't sue us as we run away with a bag full of money, a little dollar sign on it.
That's the motto.
Yeah,
of
there's
our
an
legal
image
department.
accompaniment of us running away, and it's like, you cannot chase these people specifically.
Well, boys, I got good news. I fixed my speaker, I think.
Oh, really?
Wow.
How do you know you fixed it?
I played it a little bit when I turned the mic off so that the podcast wouldn't get the ghost of me pissing in the background.
Good idea.
And while my mic was deactivated, I played a little ditty. Actually, okay, so now I've put it back together again. Let's see if it still works. I got a little bossa nova tune here. Just test her on out. Oh, it's not working.
Oh,
Wait,
this sounds like
Okay, weird.
us
Well-
setting up for the Jizz Olympics. That's what it sounds like to me. We're
what's that?
I said this sounds like we're us setting up for the Jizz Olympics, where we it's just us three, setting up the. We're not live streaming it, right? No, we can't live stream it. That's illegal.
Depends on the stream.
That's true. We could live stream on Pornhub.
Yeah. I think we start our own. Pornhub, all right, you got to think of the future.
Yeah.
All right, 20 years from now, you think Pornhub's still going to be around? You know what's going to be around? Goyle.
Yes.
Grip it and Goyle.
Wait, is that
.com.
okay? Wait, gripitandgoyle.com is our URL.
It seems like a bad one, actually. Let's work that back. Goyle.
How about just
Goyle.net.
Goyle-
Goyle.gov.
Goyle.
And we become an independent nation. Okay. I'm aiming 50 years
Wow,
out now.
you are
all right?
aiming really high.
I'm going to Hail Mary. Goyle as its own independent nation. Let's nab the Goyle.gov URL now before it.
Wait a minute. So you're basically talking about Fire Festival, but better. Because Fire Festival,
Yes.
they bought an island, even though they didn't. And then...
Look, yeah, instead of worrying about the islands, let's buy Ballroom A. We don't need a fancy place when we have each other.
Can we buy Ballroom A from Hilton?
I meant rent it, but yeah, I guess we could also try to buy
I
the
don't know.
actual
We
land.
can't just buy the land that's inside a hotel. Criken, I don't know if you know how that works.
Maybe you can. Maybe not the Hilton, but like let's look at in Jizzix. I'm sure there's some.
that's true.
There's some like hunky dunk ballroom, and we just go there and we talk to the old prospector that owns that town and we say, hey, them's gold in these hills as we take out the contract.
Yeah.
And he's like, man, I love these guys, and he's gonna sign.
Man, I love these
Man, I
guys.
love these guys. I do love my gold. All right. You can have Ballroom A, but only Ballroom A.
Ballroom B's for me.
We'd have to do some kind of quest for him. I feel like we'd have to go
Yeah.
like clear out an old haunted mine.
Yeah, that's true. But with Goyle Ghost begone, all you got to do is pour that shit into the mine, and it'll be flooded.
How much?
And then no ghost can live in there.
How much do we need to? We're going to need a lot of Goyle Ghost begone.
We'll charge the old man for that, and we'll use that money to buy the ballroom.
Gosh, you got it all worked out.
This is great.
Yeah,
I do.
You got it all worked out.
I got it all worked out. Let me handle the big picture stuff. You guys, you handle the production of Goyle. You handle the company org, taxes, all that. I got the big plans. Okay.
Do you want to be the judge for the 100-meter smash?
Not particularly, but I prefer to be the judge for that than the endurance challenge.
To be honest with you, none of us should be judges.
Yeah.
Because that opens us up to way too much legal liability.
Yeah, corruption accusations.
Oh, that too. I didn't even think
We're
about that.
certainly guilty of, but we don't want to.
That's right.
don't-
You don't want.
Yeah.
No, that's. And again, if we can't be seen judging our own events because somebody could they could take that out of context and think we were perverts.
Yeah. What, you think we're hiring everyone to come to our ballroom A and jerk off in front of us so that we can get off to it? No. Getting off is purely for the purpose of the art, the craft, the integrity of the sport. We're only here for the money.
All right, I like that. That's another slogan for Goyle. We're only here for the money.
There's got to be a way, and I don't. There are obvious ways, and I would like to be a little more nuanced about it.
Please.
To turn also the awarding of first, second, and third place into money that we also make.
All right. Okay. All right. Yeah.
And of course, obviously, to just sell the placements would be easy, but that would be corrupt and also violate the spirit of the competition. Maybe in this contract that we signed, that's mostly pictures and little diagrams of us running away with sacks of money. Maybe somewhere in there, we also say that if you win, we are entitled to X percent of all of your revenue going forward in your entire life.
Oh, okay.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Or maybe anything related to like anything you get after you win. Let's be a little fair. But let's be honest. None of these competitors are going to do anything if it weren't for our competition. So somebody gets first place, they go on to do Trojan condom.
We're making them
It's
famous.
not really fair that we don't get any.
No,
of that.
we're making them famous. You're right.
Yeah, we're doing that. We're building them up, really. So I feel like we just sneak in some clauses there, we get another revenue stream coming right back in, and then we don't even have to do anything.
I mean,
After like the first 2 or 3, get that automated money rolling in. It's money factory.
Lawrence is on.
It's easy.
Lawrence is right because
I think you're onto something. I'm also losing it at the concept of a Trojan condom ad starring one of our contestants who is like, or what is even the word? Our athletes. This
Our
like
athlete.
the 100-meter smash winner.
Yeah.
Our
who's like-
jackleets.
Our
Just naked
jackleets.
sprints on the screen. Our jackleets. Very
Oh
good.
my gosh.
He runs on the screen. Hi, I'm Barry Johnson, and I just won the 100-meter smash. Look how fast I can jerk. And he just buy Trojan condoms.
It doesn't make any sense, but you know what? People will still buy it.
They'll still
They
buy
will.
it.
Yeah, they'll still buy it.
People will buy what we tell them to, or other companies tell them to, because people love buying things.
We'll buy out other companies in the same realm as Goyle. We don't want any competitors.
I still think we just got to make sure that we take everybody for what they're worth, at the beginning, because in 10 years' time, there's going to be a Jackleets union that, like, they need,
Can't stand that shit.
they need
God, are you
10, yeah, they
serious?
need 10-minute breaks and all that other bullshit.
All you have to
Boo.
do is masturbate. It's not that hard.
Yeah, that's it. All you got to do is masturbate
and earn my revenue for me.
I think-
please.
we make it required that in the hovel hotel room of each of these jackleets, it is required that we put a monogrammed painting at the top of each of right where when they go to sleep. It's like right in front of them, and it just says, "We can replace you," and it's a reminder to all of them.
Yeah.
Unionizing isn't going to matter because there's always going to be some new Joe Schmo out there on the street looking to get their rocks off. That's what we're here for. So we can just
literally
replace you whenever we want.
Literally, you used a phrase, you used like a euphemism there, but that we mean it literally. They are just looking to get their rocks off in ballroom A, and we can replace you. It doesn't matter who you are.
Easily. Yeah.
You think that you're the number one jacklead in the nation. You're nothing without
You're nothing.
without
Hit the road, buddy.
Goyle oil. I can't say it.
You're
Without
not. You're not
Golo.
playing the game.
Let's go back. What was it? Geese? No,
No,
wait,
jelly. It
That's,
was
that's
jelly.
your subscribers. Jelly.
Gelly. Pardon me. You're nothing without Gelly.
Have you ever called your gooses geese?
I've never said that. No, that's not a thing I would ever say.
You should.
Why?
I think they'd like it.
I agree with Criken.
Well, damn it! Now they're going to want to be called the Geese.
He just said it. There you go.
That's not even correct.
I mean, doesn't that sound great though? I would rather be called that if it were me.
Bruce's Jesus.
That sounds really.
Reese's Jesus.
That sounds really weird. I'm going to be honest with you. It sounds
That
really.
sounds weird.
It sounds like I don't know why it sounds gross coming out of your mouth, Criken.
Whoa.
The way you say
You
it.
can't say that.
You say it with such disdain coming out of your.
I can't help my mouth.
Your
My
lips.
mouth is how it is. Oh, actually, I have something I want to discuss on the podcast.
Oh, you do. Other than the masturbation Olympics, all right.
Yeah, no, I know this has taken up about 80% of our
Whatever.
show today.
I like that these shows have now turned into brainstorming terrible ideas that actually could be real ideas.
Yes.
Terrible.
I was playing Pokemon last night.
What a surprise!
Yeah, thank you. And
Hey, congrats.
we were doing a crazy randomized run, which is really fun. But the important part is, at some point during that stream, I had a really bad sneeze. I just thought about this when we were talking about gooses, Jesus.
All right, yeah.
I don't know why it came to me, but I want you to listen to it because
Oh,
I want to talk about sneezing for a moment.
did you send it
And I
to?
think-
Did you send it to me over Discord?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on.
This is good stuff. Wait a minute. Oh,
That sounded disgusting. Wait a minute, Lawrence. Did you listen to it? Could you hear it?
not yet. No. Let me.
Hold on.
It's going to be difficult for me to do that. Oh, actually, wait. Hold on.
Listen to-
No, I can't. I actually can't.
This is all right. Oh yeah. Can you not hear it through my screen share? Let's see if it.
Or just pull up a stream.
I can't click away from like my entire streaming computer and everything I'm listening to is this webcam right now.
You sound like an old man.
Okay, let me explain what happened.
Okay.
Have you ever went to sneeze and then tried to stop sneezing? Like
Yeah.
usually
halfway.
usually you just kind of
Yeah.
let it out because
Yeah.
you're like, all right, that's a sneeze, it's coming. I was like in the middle of a thought and I was thinking, and then suddenly this sneeze snuck up on me incredibly fast, and so I didn't really have time to think about it. And in like a panic, I like tried to close my mouth again as I was like going to sneeze. So it went like, and then went like, and I like tried to like jump on the grenade, like I like went like, and then
Lawrence, you gotta
it just
gotta hear this.
rippled in my cheek.
Let's
gotta-
see
you
here.
gotta
I
hear
think I
this.
can. Wait.
And also, the momentum
Alright,
of
hold
it
on.
carried me towards my microphone. So with my mic right here, I just
crap.
like
I'm showing everything.
fell towards it, and so it made it so much louder because it was like heading towards the mic.
I'm gonna play it again. I'm gonna play it again for the audience because it's terrific.
Okay. Let's oh, that's beautiful. We have to find a way to get this like in the podcast though, right?
Oh man. Well, I mean, like, it's streaming it. It should be. Oh, I see what you're saying. Like, recorded over the.
Yeah, the sound actually has to be in there. Everyone's gonna go crazy not knowing what we're talking about.
I have. Well, it shouldn't be on your your desktop capture.
I guess it might.
or-
Is it part? If it's in your stream, yeah, Bruce, it should be fine.
It will be.
Yeah.
It'll be in there. It'll be on a different track, but.
Okay. Hopefully, I remember where it is. How long have we been streaming? Let me write down the time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We are at 1:04 for my recording.
Okay.
Holy
It
shit!
was a fucking flapper of a sneeze.
And
It really was. I've never sneezed like that.
That sounds like
And-
it sounds like a fake Pixar Disney sneeze. Like,
Are you gonna sneeze like that from now on, Craig?
I hope so. It was so funny.
oh
Because
man, holy shit!
You know
There's just-
what?
There's just silence, and then like just-
You've
there's no webcams, there's no context, and people are just like,
Oh, dude.
You've really opened my eyes, though. We spend our entire life sneezing, but I would wager most of us spend that time trying to stifle sneezes and make them more contained rather than turning them into performative art.
That's true.
it is. Oh my god!
Yeah, no, I don't know what's going on in this GIF.
I hated watching that. Oh, that's a nightmare.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. There was a GIF of a guy up on a tree, and the part of the branch fell, and it knocked his chainsaw attached to him, swinging below him where a woman was like standing, and it wasn't on, and she managed to get out of the way. But yeah, scary shit. I don't like that. Anyways, yeah, sneezing in general, I'm very satisfied with. I think it's very great. Bruce, what are you doing?
I'm just looking at Reddit, man. What are you talking about? I'm just looking at Reddit. It's a cool dude, bodybuilding.
Wait, we could get him. He looks like a Jack Lead, if I'm not lying.
Oh, he does look like a Jack Lee.
Woo!
I don't know if he could reach it.
He just brought them muscles out.
I think his pecs would get in the way.
See, the Jack Lee, that's another thing about the Jizz Olympics, is that we accept Jack Leads from all races, creeds, walks of life. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, because it'd be pretty fucked up if we didn't. Can you imagine?
we only accept people that are 5'4" and below. They have to be a specific height. In order to...
I would. Oh my god! I don't know if there's anything out there like that, but I could totally just imagine the CEO or the founder of whatever that is, just being really fucking vindictive and hate, like being grown up bullying and being like. No one above 6 foot is allowed in my tournament.
You realize we're the CEOs, right? You realize
I know. I'm just saying if other people did it, we're not going to do that, obviously.
Yeah. Are you okay? All right. Well, if you say so, I don't know.
Are you saying we should?
I'm saying we should. I think we should only accept people that are 5 feet 4 inches or below, and the reason is then our judges will be able to see down.
Oh, okay.
See what I'm saying?
That is, yeah. It's just purely a logistics thing.
Yes, that's right.
And not that we figured out how to get ladders or any other camera work that would let us. No, that's too complicated.
This is the first.
I mean, yeah. I feel like an array of cameras and then an architect-style observation room is probably a little more efficient. Also, maybe you can position that towards the front of the ballroom, so that entrants can be wowed at the technical splendor of a grid of roughly 48 screens of masturbation.
That's right. Yeah, that makes sense.
High tech, man. We gotta show off a little bit.
Sorry,
are we all the way back to the ballroom again? I don't know.
Yeah, you know what? It doesn't matter really. We're always
Okay,
we're always in the ballroom.
We're always back to the ballroom.
Yeah. Just remember, whatever happens in ballroom A stays in ballroom A. Remember that. And it could be
unless you take our intellectual property rights out of ballroom A, and then we will very much follow that to the ends of the earth.
Well, yeah, we have to pursue them to make sure we don't get sued.
Oh yeah, that's just good business sense, really.
Yeah, man, Criken, thanks for showing us that sneeze.
Hey, you got it.
That made me cry laughing. I was I was tearing up, laughing so hard at that sneeze.
If you ever need a little pick me up, go listen to that sneeze.
I swear.
Actually,
you got an 85-year-old man on your microphone.
I had him right on the side. I'm like, quick, he's gonna sneeze. Come on here.
Holy shit, that's great. Oh man,
that stream should be Criken's new stream alert sound. Yeah, I have. So, actually, I think Jacksaw's listening to this right now because I saw him in chat. He's been a huge part of my stream, helping me clip out 2,500 different sub alerts that play on my stream right now, and I think we can definitely make an exception and grab this one.
If I may ask, Criken, what are the logistics of how you do that? Because on stream elements, at least, I have to make like a duplicate rule for every randomly selected thing.
I had a custom built application that I run on my desktop that connects to folders, and those folders can contain any number of sounds you want in them. So this last iteration, I think it might be ready that we can start using it with other people. So if you want to demo it out.
Oh my God, I will throw money at you for that. I've been waiting for that for so long. Does it just go through OBS? How does that work?
Not even. Well, currently mine connects through Streamlabs API, but I don't think it'd be too tricky to get it working for other stuff. We'll talk about off stream. But
yeah, that's awesome. Okay, anyway, sorry.
Yeah, I've actually been really enjoying. One of my friends that goes by Garbage Day Online is like a programmer that's interested in freaking, what do you call it? In
Stream interactivity.
Yeah, well, just like making apps for streams. And so we've been doing a bunch of brainstorming lately now on like, would be nice if this, would be nice if this. And so most of them are like really small stuff, but like this app where, previously there was no easy way you could actually get more than like, 30 to 100 sounds plugged into a stream, deck. But now we just have it randomized. So the next one I want to work on involves text to speech. So I will let you know how that goes, but I think it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, just like Lawrence, I will absolutely pay you for that stuff. Because I would love to have, basically I want 2,500 stream alerts, but they're all the sneeze. They're all the, I may just change my sub alert noise to a sneeze, the Criken sneeze.
Yep.
If you're not charging,
maybe we'll make that like a tier 3 sub or something.
Yeah, if you're not charging for it, I might as well. That's great.
That's the Goyle way.
That is the Goyle way. There's as Goyle becomes a multi-billion-dollar worldwide corporation, we need like a vision statement and a motto that goes on the side of our buildings and stuff like that. And
a mural.
I propose the motto that goes on the side of the buildings is just a URL, and if people manage to punch it in, it just is a URL to the sneeze wave file.
That's some guerrilla marketing right there. I like that.
That is some guerrilla marketing, and it leaves everyone confused, but weirdly more, enamored with the product.
It's like when people put up billboards and be like, January 23rd is coming. And then you don't know what it is, but you want to know what happens on January 23rd, right?
Totally.
That's like, but except it's like that, except for it's a sneeze sound. Oh man. Well, yes.
I have one more thing to talk about.
Great.
I have been playing recently not a new game, a very old game that I think both of you guys would really like, and I'm going to pitch it to you now.
Go right ahead.
Was it Dwarf Fortress?
No.
Oh.
Similar though. My buddy and I have been playing Space Station 13.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Which is a incredibly crazy. Oh my God! Hold on. That went into that guy's pocket. That's great. I love that.
That had to hurt.
Yeah, bet it hurt. So Space Station 13 is basically a really obtuse, hard to learn, difficult, old, out of dated system that is the most robust roleplay kind of simulator scenario thing that you will ever find on the web. It is incredible. And it's basically, the concept is like, all right, 55 players, pick a different role on the space station. Each of these roles have some role of trying to keep the space station, working, be it you're like the botanist or the, geneticist or the, engineer, the captain, whoever. And your job involves you reporting to and working with all these other humans that are all running their own roles. And then amongst you, some of you end up being, traitors that are trying to sabotage the whole station and kill everyone. And it's all over text-based roleplay. So it's like from watching it, it's going to be first very confusing. And then once you realize, oh shit, like this is some of the best stories you'll ever find in this like really old game. Anyway, I'm not really explaining it super well, but each round lasts about like an hour to an hour and a half, and you have like one life per character, but if you die, you can be cloned or put into a robot or, many different things to like end up coming back to life as a different form. But it's a mixture of like Dwarf Fortress levels of like, simulation with, all text-based, but it's all interpersonal and, player-on-player interaction.
Well, Criken, I've got news for you. I've already been watching some of those streams. Because I was like, what is this? I really want to know what this is because it looked like fun. And it kind of reminds me of Barotrauma as well. Mm-hmm. So
they were inspired by it for sure.
I'll play Space Station 13 anytime you want. I'm in.
Cool. I will say, and I usually don't do this, so the fact that I did is shocking to me, but I had to practice like 3 or 4 hours offline before I was ready to stream it, because
Wow.
it is a new level of like, you know, obtuse UI and interface and controls. You know, and I've played freaking Sub Rosa and Barotrauma, so you know I'm used to that stuff usually, but this is like a whole nother level. But if you do have the patience to get through that part, then it has some really incredible stories. I think you would like it too, Lawrence.
Yeah, that sounds like every life I've ever wanted, is to just be some dude on a space station.
Yeah, like it's best to really describe it from either watching a life or hearing a story told by someone that has gone through one of these characters' lives.
Huh.
Would you have do you have good resources for that, like learning tools
Yeah,
and stuff?
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the server's run by Tomato, my close friend, and so it's populated by his subscribers, and everyone that's involved, you know, is clued into, you know, this role play and Twitch broadcasting world in some way. So it's, you know, if you just jump into a base level Space Station 13 server, there's some toxicity you might run into, and people are, you know, very protective of their little bubble world. But we have a pretty good culture going so far in this server, so I've been excited to play more. Yeah, I can send you some videos on like tutorials and stuff.
Yeah, I'm in.
But it's still, I'm still finding out new depths of what you could possibly do in every single role and with every single item.
Is it on Steam?
No, it's on one of the oldest game engines ever, called Beyond, which everyone hates, and even the developers hate. Every server that runs on it hates it, but it's where it is. So you have to use it.
But so how do you get it?
I can link it to you. It's
Okay. All right.
I think it's free. I don't remember if I bought it now.
Okay.
All
right.
But yeah, it is an ancient artifact of the web that has been made more relevant, largely in part due to Twitch streaming and YouTube folks that are able to, like, you know, share these bite-sized stories in a consumable, more easily consumable and approachable way.
Right.
But I think you guys would enjoy it. Like, you can do. I would recommend checking out the botanist role. That's what I've been learning first, because you can do shit like splicing together different seeds. So you can splice cannabis with potato, so that you can grow potato abyss that when you eat them, you get high. And then you can keep resplicing these and adding mutagens, so that now you get high, but also ants are born in your stomach when you eat these. And so you will start screaming as ants are pouring out of your stomach.
Like that shit happens in game?
Yes, and your character, like text displays what's happening. Your character's screaming. There's also, you know, ants that also turn into spiders halfway through their maturation. And that happened to my friend Lawman. He had spiders in him for a long time, and he kept going to the different medical stations saying, hey, you got a cure for spiders? And they're like, fuck, man, I don't know. Drink a lot of alcohol? And so he went to the bar, and he's like, dude, I got to drink a lot to get rid of these spiders. And he's like, you got it. And the bartender just makes this like hellish concoction that puts him like passed out for like, you know, 10 minutes in game as he's like drunk off his ass. So all these systems work together in like really creative ways. And I was very skeptical at first because it's incredibly hard to learn, but man, if you can get it working, it's a lot of fun.
Okay.
I'm in.
Yeah, you
sounds like super my kind of shit.
Yeah, you let us know when,
is.
and that sounds awesome.
Yeah, we've been playing it all week. I'll send you some videos.
I've been watching you guys play a little bit here and there, and I've been trying to figure out like if it was more than a text-based RPG game, but I mean it seems like it is, but there's more to it.
Yeah, it's honestly the first game where I'll play with other friends, but we won't talk over voice to see, you know, who's doing what. So we'll have our own little adventure, and then afterwards we all unmute, and I learned that, you were the chaplain that actually saved me from the vampire with the holy water. And then like we have like a moment together. So yeah, it's like streaming your own personal stream, your own personal game, but amidst friends who are also having their own stories. So it's pretty cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, then I will take this chance then to invite you, Criken, again to 7 Days to Die, where
Yes.
all of our characters now have bicycles.
Oh, that's a big upgrade.
That is a huge upgrade from before when we were running around over encumbered. We all now have bicycles. We have made our base inside of a well, we had our first blood moon, and Lawrence, how many zombies got it? Maybe 4 or 5? Not many.
Not even that many, I don't think.
Right?
Everyone was running up and setting everyone on fire.
Yeah.
So it was more of a sporting event than a serious encounter.
It was. It really was.
My experience with 7 Days to Die until now was we had like 3 rival like bases that were all trying to live the longest, and my group ended up setting up in a church, and I was spurned by the last group, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna make trenches, and I spent, I think, actually 8 in-game days just building trenches, and I built this incredible tunnel system, and then we stopped playing. But it worked.
Oh no!
It worked.
Well,
we survived, I think, 2 hordes with it. So
We know you got that work ethic. Let's get him in.
I
He
know.
can be our trench guy.
You're gonna be
all
our,
I did was I just played like old timey prospector music, and I was just digging holes all day.
be able to be our shovel guy.
Yeah.
Just leave me to my holes. We have to get you a top hat and some overalls
Hell yeah.
and like a flannel shirt.
And be like, what are you doing? What are you boys doing? You're going out for another bike ride?
Hey, bring me back some gold, why don't you? Hey, do a little jig.
We play every Sunday, so come play with us Sunday, and we'll play Space Station 13 with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
When is
the plan?
next? What is it? Next week is the Xbox showcase. Is that on?
I think so.
Is it on Wednesday or Thursday? I think it's on Thursday. Thursday morning. It's the day after we record this. I think it's.
Dang it. Again.
Yeah.
Why do they keep doing that?
I know it sucks.
Maybe we just record on Thursday? You want to bump it next week?
We could. I mean, if that doesn't bother you, Lawrence.
Let's see here. July 23rd.
I may have a commitment on Thursday.
Well, on Thursday, it's Thursday morning. It's very early. It is.
Oh, that's probably the worst for Criken, right?
It is very early. It is at 9.
I don't recognize that word.
9 a.m.
Ew.
Pacific time, I believe. Right, Lawrence?
Ew.
Lawrence, am I right? Will you Google that?
Yeah, sure.
I think it's 9 a.m. But Criken, you want to wake up for that?
No.
Oh.
Look, you. Maybe I can aim for like 10.
You're gonna
I'll show up
miss
an hour
most.
late.
You're gonna miss most of it.
They save the good stuff for last,
Yeah, 9 a.m. Pacific.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's what I thought. Yeah, then that would mean we probably have to record the podcast after, what is it, like 10:30 Pacific? Is that too? That's probably too early for Criken, I would imagine.
I can try, but I cannot promise. I will be there.
All right. Well, we'll just see what happens, guys. We'll just see what happens. Lawrence, price predictions for the Xbox. Are they going to reveal it at the Xbox?
$599.
Giant enemy crap.
That's my PS5. I think it's going to be 600. Xbox probably 5. That's what I would guess.
Did it get leaked?
Although I don't know that they're going to announce price tomorrow. They might wait until like August to do that.
I think you're right. I actually think they're going to wait. But I still want to predict the price because it's fun. I think it's going to be 4 and 5 for Xbox, discless, and then with disk drive. Or are they just going to go fully discless, do you think?
Well, they have that. They've been rumored to have that like not as powerful Xbox Lockhart.
That's
or
right.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Because it's like Series X is
the big guy.
I don't know if that describes the line of next Xboxes. It sounds like it does.
Yeah.
So they might talk about that. But yeah, I could see it being like 4 and 5.
Yeah.
400 for the cheaper one or 500 for the big boy Series X.
That's what it feels like to me. Because then PS5 will be. What is it? Split the difference and go 450, 550 for PS5. I don't or because 5 and 6 I feel like that would be crazy. That'd be
Yeah, disk drive doesn't cost that much, and leaving it out, like the parts don't really cost that much. I think like a disk drive wholesale is probably like $20, maybe less.
Yeah.
So I could see the difference in the
Just
final
install
unit being
your
about
own.
$50. Yeah, or you could do that.
just open your brand new Xbox up and void the warranty and then throw a disk drive in
Cut a
it.
little hole, throw some duct tape up in there.
Dictate.
Dick tape. I mean, like, because I don't know if it's going to be the same, but I assume it's the same motherboard, which the all digital Xbox worked this way, where it's just an Xbox with the disc thing yanked out. Like
Yeah.
the connector's still on the motherboard and everything. So yeah, you could just when you have the money, buy a aftermarket PlayStation 5 disc drive, slice a hole into your PS5, tape it up in there, plug it in, you're good.
You're good to go. No problem.
It's modular. It's awesome.
And it'll only be an extra $20. All right. Well, we have reached the end of Talk to the Internet number 35. Thank you very much for listening to the Jizlympics.
That was probably a struggle. Thank you for that.
Thank you for sticking around for that.
That's probably a struggle.
We want to say goodbye, YouTube. Bye, YouTube.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.